Hi everyone. We have got yet another very thoughtful speaker with us. We have Mr. Joyce Ray, who is the head of India business for Tallysolutions with us. So, very welcome, Mr. Joyce, to this
Thank
fireside.
you. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Joyce, I would like to just understand first thing is that what are the new opportunities and challenges that you see for MSME businesses for the MSME businesses in the changing business scenario? Means these businesses have gone through the last 3 years of the pandemic. Okay, so what exactly are the opportunities and the challenges that exist for these kind of businesses?
Uh, to start with, I think it's common knowledge with everyone, Amit, that the MSME businesses in this country uh, contribute to nearly 50% of the industrial output, uh, including the services sector. And this has been the situation for a pretty long time now. And they are also one of the most resilient set of entrepreneurs, and are very hungry for growth, highly aspirational, and are actually present across the length and breadth of the country. So in the last 2 years, if we see the state of SME businesses, the way, and we, of course, since we interact with them very closely, I do believe that SMEs have basically once again shown their resilience, and they have basically come out to a very large extent out of the 2 years um, of the pandemic, which is the 2021 period. I think they've largely come out of it. There are pockets of the country, and uh, there are certain uh, categories of businesses which are still recovering, the way we see and interact, and a lot of this is also visible to the public. For example, travel and tourism, the overall hospitality segment, manufacturing, uh, 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 areas and categories which are very labor intensive, for example, are also on the path to recovery. But that recovery, I think, is very robust. Today, whichever city you go to, or wherever you are, you see around you, you will find that whether it is construction, or whether it is restaurants, or whether it is malls, or any such business activity, I think SMEs have bounced back with tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm. And I must also say that the ecosystem, which is the group of people who or the entities which support SMEs, also have played a very crucial role in this. And by this I mean definitely the chartered accountant community, the tax practitioner community, our banking system, the government, local bodies. A lot of them have actually helped. And of course, let's not forget that we have always stood by them, and we have always been supporting them, and we will continue to do so, because at the end of the day, they are our inspiration.
Exactly. So, while COVID-19 has actually forced organizations to revisit their business model, but what we see that technology has been a major enabler to help them to be relevant in the changing scenario. So, while enterprises and bigger organizations are very well doing that, how do you see MSMEs leveraging technology to transform their businesses and offerings uh, amid the changing customer expectations?
So, three areas come to my mind, Amit. One is the area which is most spoken about, which is this whole change in work culture and the relation that employees have with employers, and the current uh, new normal, so to say, of working from home, right? And this is an area where I do see small and medium enterprises also rising to the challenge, uh, not only in our metropolitan cities, but even in our non-metropolitan, even in smaller towns and cities. Wherever we go, we do find that work from home, the hybrid way of working, a lot more flexibility in the way of working. These are things which have crept in, and probably will continue to be prevalent going forward also. This
Mhm.
is point number one. Point number two is that the adoption of digital means of commerce is, of course, going up day by day. And whether it is on the banking side, or whether it is on the consumer or customer interaction and transaction side, a lot more digital methods of payments, receivables, and management of those have crept in. And I think, it's a funny thing, but today, if you were to go even to the smallest town, you will actually find that even vegetable and fruit vendors are aligned and have adopted digital methods of transaction. That's the second part. And the third very interesting part is customer management. I think I see a sea change in the way customers are being managed by small and medium enterprises. Many businesses I see have now adopted uh, methods like remote methods, like Microsoft Teams, or products like Zoom. The way you and I are interacting, and good customer management practices, and therefore, and these are all digital in nature, and therefore the ability to manage a remote customer, the ability to manage a cross geography, cross border customer, has improved dramatically. So these, I would say, Amit, are the three trends that we are seeing, and it has also had an impact on us. We have also been working with our customer base to ensure that they are also completely in sync with all the digital initiatives that are coming their way, and therefore helping them out.
Okay. So, I mean, it's very well said. Uh, I also want to understand how is Tallysolutions adding value? Means what exactly that uh, Tallysolutions brings to the table for the MSME businesses in India?
Right. So, for us, our principle and guiding philosophy has always been that businesses, whenever they think of automation, and specifically automating the financial stroke accounting part, it is not an easy decision for them, right? It's not always a decision that they are able to take instantly. It takes time. It involves adoption of not only technology, but in a sustained manner, right? It's not something that you can come out of once you have adopted, right?
Yeah.
And therefore, for us, we have always been, number one, listening to what our customers are saying. And the products are have been, for the last three and a half decades, always been designed by keeping uh, some fundamental principles in mind. So simplicity of adoption and use, flexibility, right? The ability to use the product in any way, that you basically want to use it. Reliability, right? Small and medium enterprises do not always have the wherewithals to manage the IT side of things either efficiently or in a focused manner. And last but not the least, it is a rush, right? In the SME part of the business, it is chaotic, right? There are customers to be met, there are payments to be realized, there is banking to be done, and there are very very few people, and therefore uh, speed is of essence. Speed of action, speed of reaction, speed of data entry, speed of compute. These are very very critical, and we have always been in that sense led by these principles and continue to be led. And we believe in some small way customers have also appreciated these things and continue to appreciate them. And in the current context, of course, the fact that there have been very large uh, changes in the compliance area from the government side, whether it is the e-way bill, introduction of the e-way bill, or changes in the GST law, or e-invoicing as a completely new way of working. These are areas where we have been uh, working, and in the last 1.5 years, I feel that by the support of our from our customers, and with tremendous goodwill, and again support and help from our chartered accountant and tax practitioner community, I believe that today, when it comes to e-invoicing as a medium of and a method of transaction and generating a digital invoice, we are the dominant source of that document. And it just goes to show the kind of faith and trust that our customers actually have in us, and we will continue to always honor that faith and trust.
Very good. So, of course, Tallysolutions has been a known name in the market. So,
Yeah.
this brings me to the next question. Can you also please talk about your recent business achievements in terms of kind of business expansion or maybe revenue growth, customer acquisition uh, over the last 12 to 18 months?
Right, right. So we have, of course, uh, as our businesses faced a challenge during COVID. Of course, we also faced that challenge, and we had one guiding principle for us, for ourselves in those 2 years, is that whatever happens, we are with our customers and our partners. And we of course, by the time that the lockdown had happened, we realized that the way of interaction, the way of customer engagement has to change. And we made several changes to our policies, whether it is commercial policy or customer management policies. We made several changes to ensure that um, any use of our product is at arm's length from our for our customers. Many of them had offices which were closed. They did not have people coming to offices. People just started getting into the remote way of working, and we were working with them. And I think we were able to keep their in that sense confidence up and running throughout the pandemic, that come what may, business financials will never come under any kind of stress or problem because of lack of access to Tally, right?
Okay.
So that is one very very important, I would say, I wouldn't really call it an achievement. I just think that this is something which we had to do naturally. There was no other option, so to say.
Yeah.
We did come out of the pandemic, we ourselves as an organization also faced similar challenges to what our customers face, which is work from home, remote way of working, and we are settling down into that mode of working. We are very proud that our employees have taken it up in the right spirit and are not only doing their work diligently but also showing the way for others, so to say. Very very proud of the way that our partners across the length and breadth of the country basically held their teams together and worked with their customers to ensure that nobody had any stoppages of work on account of their business software. So that is really really for us a very very proud moment. And as we have come out of the pandemic, I what I am sensing is that this year we will grow, and we will grow substantially both in numbers and in value. And it is all thanks to our customers and partners. In terms of product expansion, we actually launched our current product Tally Prime during the pandemic, and this was a completely new generation product, and was a virtual launch, again something that we are very very proud of. We launched we worked with Amazon India and the AWS team to create a unique proposition for SME customers in India, which is actually called Tally Prime on AWS. This gives the ability to our customers to basically host their Tally license on an AWS machine. This is a product which is uniquely created for India. And again, like Tally Prime, we rolled this out towards the end of 2021, when we were just emerging out of the pandemic. So a lot of this work actually got done during the pandemic, and therefore I would summarize these as some of our key achievements.
Very good, very good. Can you also talk about your recent uh, channel initiatives and how exactly are you enabling partners to thrive in a changing market scenario?
Yeah. So, two, 3 points I'll just very briefly touch upon. One is that the important thing for us was basically to stay connected, right? Uh, I mean, let's face it, all of us will acknowledge the fact that the biggest challenge during the pandemic was basically to just see each other's face, right? Just to talk to somebody and give them the assurance that we are there for them, right? And this had become a very very serious challenge. And I think for 2 years, and I just want to also mention that for us, the partner ecosystem is an extended family, right? It's not like an extended family, it's actually an extended family,
Mhm.
right? So for us, the 2 years were very troublesome because we were just struggling to keep in touch. So we followed up after the lockdowns and everything got over. We followed this up with very consistent meet and greets, and all of these were very very emotional moments for us,
Mhm.
because as an organization we I think are really blessed that we have some of the most enthusiastic partners that one can encounter, and they've stood by their customers, and they've in that sense stood by us also. And that's really something which I think is helping us today, is also helping our partners, because our partners also did the same thing with their employees and their families. So in that sense, it's been business as usual for us after we come out of the pandemic. The other is, of course, the fact that on an almost yearly, on an almost everyday basis, we are working with partners to generate more and more opportunities to increase the business, whether it is through Tally Prime. Tally Prime, of course, has established itself as the de facto accounting solution of choice today. Very well received by the customers, and that is of course something that uh, we are working with our partners on. We do a lot of work, and we have always been doing it on partners development. We support them in many ways, in upskilling and ensuring that their teams and their resources are always in that sense best in terms of their competencies and skills. And there's a lot of work we do on that front. So these are three things that come to mind.
So, can you also talk about your top five focus areas over the next 2 to 4 years?
Yeah. So the first area would obviously be to ensure that uh, customers continue uh, to see in Tally all the changes that are happening on the compliance front, right? And some of these are pretty large changes. For example, the slab for e-invoicing is coming down, uh, 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 you know, uh, uh, almost every year, and therefore more and more businesses need to adopt this as a way of working, and we will ensure that that's going to be a focus area to continue to stay relevant for customers going forward. Number two would obviously be to provide as many connected services to our customers going forward, so that they are able to do their work faster, so that they are able to connect with their customers faster. So that is an area that we will continue to stay invested in. As an organization, as a tech company, as a company in the software business, we will definitely focus on the new way of working that is getting established, and help our employees and our teams to adopt this way of working and make it easy for them to work, make it motivational for them to work. And the fourth one I will probably say is that for us, working with partners, ensuring that they are skilled, that they are able to achieve their aspirations, will always continue to be a key focus. And the last point I would probably say is maybe not so much from the India perspective only, but is to make Tally a true made in India product, a true global product in the next 4 to 5 years. That is definitely something that we want to do.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your time, for your great inputs. So I believe that this interaction would be really helpful for the audience. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.